Hello everybody, it's Brian here, and I figured I'd start taking a look at the Nintendo Force magazine, and hopefully I can do these each time it comes out. It's only on 2 issues so far. They're pretty thick issues. I'll try to go through them as quickly as possible. And here we'll start with the first issue here. This came out for January and February of this year, 2013. The cover story is Fire Emblem Awakening. Turned out to be a big hit for Nintendo. Very hard to find in the first few months, in the first month or so of its release. So the debut issue, Meet the Force, envelope art, clay models, comics, exclusive Mutant Muds Deluxe revealed, 2013 previews, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Professor Layton Ace Attorney, Pikmin 3, Rayman Legends, big reviews, Fluidity, Spin Cycle, Crash Mode, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So let's take a look at the first issue. See, at first they have a little introduction about what Nintendo Force is. Welcome to the debut issue of Nintendo Force magazine. It's finally here, held in your hands or viewed on your screen. Your all-new source for coverage of the world's greatest video game company in magazine form. Once again, welcome. And they tell a little bit about, what they're about and what they plan to do. Here we go, the table of contents. Very nice and easy to lay out, very simple. Here you have, what the page it's on and the little pictures to describe it. Here we have mail inbox. This is a little letter from the editor. Talks about it, and here's some mail. Little things they talk about are Bound for a Bummer. Shigeto Itoi recently hinted at something big for the Mother franchise. What are the odds this will end in yet more heartbreak for Western Earthbound fans on a scale of likely to most certainly? And the guy responds, the announcement was made right after I went to the trouble of getting an original Earthbound cartridge for my wife's Christmas gift. So I think it's now inevitable, and the only heartbreak to be found will revolve me in my bank account. So this was a few months before the Nintendo Direct announced that Earthbound was coming. I think the creator of Earthbound, whose name is, excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Shigeto Itoi, when he made that comment, meant that it was coming to the Virtual Console. So you have some more letters. I won't go through it, but it's typical like magazines, in the early 90s you had letters. Don't Anger the Ox. Here we go. It just talks a little bit about it. I won't go into reading that. But there's envelope art here too. Up here. And here's a little meet the Nintendo Force team and their little Miis here. Nintendo plus Apple. Pokédex for iOS debuts in the App Store, meaning Pikachu officially on iPhone and iPad. Here's a little write-up on Pokemon X and Generation X and Y. And this is probably going to be the first Pokemon game I ever play, and I'll probably get it for the 3DS. So they talk about Hyrule Historia. Here's the Wii Mini, and I actually very like the look of this Wii Mini console. I don't mind, and it's not online or GameCube compatible. I just like the look of it, and I'm a sucker for like the second revisions of consoles. It's too bad it didn't come to America. It is in Canada though, so. Here's something on Wii U's Digital Deluxe promotion goes live. Collector's Corner. Little right up there. Talking about last August, toy maker Medicom announced a new ultra detail figure line featuring classic poses of Mario and Link. Here we have Mutant Muds Deluxe for the Nintendo 3DS on the eShop. Download reviews. You see Mega Man, Night Sky, Mighty Bomb Jack, and Burger Time. And the way they do these reviews, they have a little write-up by each editor or person who reviewed it, and they give a recommended in green, maybe, and orange. And other color codes like not or skip, I believe, are the other ones. Burger Time. Crash Mo, sequel to Push Mo. And there's usually a comic too. I think the second issue has one too. Here's the preview of 2013, year in preview. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Also just Luigi's Mansion 2 in Europe and Japan, I believe. Lego City Undercover for the Wii U. Dragon Quest X for the Wii U. Not announced if it's coming to the US yet, but hopefully it will. Game & Wario, looking forward to that. Bayonetta 2. Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate. Pikmin 3. Animal Crossing New Leaf. And here's a little write-up about how Legends of the Winter, it was originally coming to the fall. Rayman Legends was originally coming in the fall of last year, but it got pushed to the winter of this year. Little write-up each, I think, of what each editor wants. Looking forward to. Talking about maybe the Wii U will have GameCube games on the eShop. Yoshi Land. More comic strips. And a little retro section, just a little snapshot and write-up. And this is of the Raven boss on Yoshi's Island. Very interesting. This would basically, you'd kind of spin around on mode 7, and you'd have to line up the peg with the Raven, and you'd butt stomp it and hit the Raven. Very cool boss. Talking about down here, the Wii Virtual Console lineup, these games are actually no longer on there. A question at Master Restoration. Here's Zelda 2. Birdo. Talks a little bit about Birdo. Is it a he or a she? And apparently she is a female. It is a female. 25th anniversary. Since a lot of franchises are having 25th anniversaries this year, Contra. Or having 20th anniversaries. This is the 25th anniversary of the Famicom. But Contra has a 20. It's in its 20s now, which is amazing. Yeah, 25 years ago, Contra came out. RC Pro-Am, awesome game. I actually like TNC Surf Designs. Karnov, never beat it. Some comics here. Nintendo Force Award nominees 2012 Game of the Year 3DS, Kid Icarus Uprising, Professor Layton, Resident Evil Revelations, Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy, Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, Game of the Year for Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles or The Last Story, Game of the Year Wii U, Nintendo Land, New Super Mario Bros. U, Scribblenauts Unlimited, Zombie U, Game of the Year DS, Pokemon Conquest, Pokemon Black and White 2. And we come to the reviews. Fire Emblem Awakening. They gave it a 9.0. I really like how this magazine is laid out. Very high quality. Feels like Nintendo Power. Very high quality stock paper too. Talking about Call of Duty Black Ops, no longer a lesser version of the game. The Witch is back. Here's Epic Mickey 2, got a 6. I will pick this up. I want to pick this up when it gets to around $20 or so. I'll pick it up. Clay's the name. Here's community art that people made, and some people are very, very talented. Look at these clay figures of, there's Malo, Gino, Yoshi, Wario, Mario, Luigi, Kirby, Charizard, just amazing. A Legacy of Clay. Here it talks about the first issue of Nintendo Power, and here's the last one. Very nice. Robot Masters Remembered. 132 Robot Masters rebuilt by 132 artists. That was the goal of the Mega Man Boss Battle art project. A massive collaborative celebration of the Blue Bombers' many foes that first kicked off in advance of Mega Man's 25th anniversary in December, continued through January, and will have a gallery exhibition in San Francisco in March. Curator Jason Warnke tells us the show will open at the Gauntlet Gallery on March 2nd and continue through this year's Game Developers Conference on March 30th. So if you're in the area, check it out. Kind of cool, an art exhibit dedicated to the Mega Man bosses. So here's a preview for the upcoming comic Sonic and Mega Man crossover. Dueling Homages, fan games. 1 anniversary, 2 8-bit throwbacks. What happens when a company seems to turn its back on its most beloved character? Well, in Mega Man's case, fads take action. Here's Mega Man X Street Fighter X Mega Man, fan-made game. And they talk about another game here. The second game here is maybe even more interesting. Though simply called Mega Man's 25th Anniversary, it's a labor of love being created by several actual game designers from across the industry. Just none who work for Capcom. It's not quite finished yet, but its free 2-boss demo shows promise, and it uniquely crosses over the classic Mega Man with the Legends series Bone family. Bone. Neither of these is likely to see release on a Nintendo platform, but they may help keep the hope of a new official sequel alive. Here's a preview for next month, the Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate. And here is something here. He died on the very first Goomba. The game began. Mario appeared on the screen, and he took off on a run to the right. Then when the first Goomba appeared, he ran straight into it. Slam, dead. Mario down by 1. On his second attempt, he made an important discovery, the jump button. Giving it a few tentative tries, we watched Mario leap straight up and down onto the air, and a couple of times, then confident that he'd mastered the new maneuver, he sent Mario off on a run to the right. Again, the first Goomba appeared, and he pressed the jump button. Mario leapt into the air. So this is talking about first experience playing Super Mario Brothers as a kid and how you found out what to do. And this was this one editor's experience with it. And there we go. That is the first issue of Nintendo Force magazine. I will come back with the second issue probably next weekend. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will talk to you all again soon. Bye.